see when it starts up. Your event is starting. Oh, we're live. Hey, everybody. I think we're live anyways.
Smile.
Let me know in the comments
everyone.
if you can see us. Big smiles.
Places.
Hey, everybody. Any comments in there? How we doing? We live? Let us know. I don't know where the comments went on that one. They're gone.
What have you done?
How's everybody doing today? Oh, there we go. A World of Warcraft ad. I see. Everyone was waiting for the ads to finish. That makes sense.
You made my comments go away. What have you done?
Where's your comments? Hold on. Wait. It's one of those live chat. There it is.
Oh, we did it. We know how to use the internet.
Good morning, Colorado and Finland. All right. Good to see everybody coming on in. I'm going to give it a couple minutes before we get rolling. The audio's nice and clear as well. That would be awesome. I hope it would be. Oh, my sister says we're live. Hi, Chrissy.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Hey, Chrissy actually texted me yesterday saying she wanted to start a YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she say what she wanted to do it about?
Yep. Well, Chrissy, can I tell her what you want your YouTube channel to be about while we're waiting for everybody to come in?
She's like, no.
Let me know.
Never.
How's it going, Paul? Well, let's see who else is here. Already messages held for review. Okay,
Wow.
Getting spicy. Cyprus. All right. As you guys can see, it is winter here.
Oh, I guess you can make me a...
Oh, I should make you a mod. That's totally what I should do.
A moderator. I was going to say a monitor.
All
I will
right.
also be a monitor.
You make a comment and I'll make you a moderator.
Um...
And my sister's typing just for you all, just waiting to hear what kind of YouTube channel she's going to have. But I might not be able to tell you. I have to wait and see if she'll let me. Coffee first. Hello. Okay, there's Bethy. Whoops. Wrong person. Oh, you already are a moderator. You're good to go. Sweet. So, how's everybody doing?
Hi from China. Hello.
China. Oh, hi. What time is it over there? Is that,
Yeah.
I guess it would be really late.
I have no idea.
It's not far enough to be really early, right? Please help.
Please tell us.
Our horrible geography skills.
Yeah. Wales. Hello.
Oh, so my sister says she is starting a YouTube channel and it is going to be videos for cats. So she has
Tranquil cats.
Tranquil videos for cats. And so my sister is about to be a millionaire because I think if you want to start a YouTube channel, that's probably one you want to start. But it's basically just like nice quality videos of things that cats would want to watch. So you like flip it on the TV or the iPad or whatever.
It's like meditating for cats.
And it just keeps the cats busy. It's like birds flying around and stuff.
Oh, that sounds so relaxing.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
But she will be a millionaire from that. Hello from Red Deer. Garrett, how's it going? Way up in Red Deer. Red Deer is like, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from us. So not too bad, not too far. Yeah, so it's you can see out the window, I think. Here, I can just move it that way. There's out the window. Definitely wintertime over here. Very, very wintertime.
It's a little snowy.
But we just came out of a major deep freeze, which is good because it was quite literally hovering right around minus 40 for the low.
For most of last week.
For an entire week. Minus 40 Celsius, which I learned the other day that is also the same as minus 40 Fahrenheit. That's when they converge.
Take that, everyone.
Yeah. So that's really freaking cold.
Only I say take that because people always, well, it can't be that cold, but.
Yeah, no, it was cold.
Conversion done.
In fact, Edmonton, we don't live in Edmonton anymore. We moved to Canmore, which is just 3.5 hours south. But in Edmonton, it was the coldest place on earth for 3 days straight.
Something like that. It was ridiculous. Yeah. I was so glad not to be there because we were about 2 or 3 degrees warmer. Yeah. So we really felt the difference here.
Hi, Muhammad Ali. Wow. He's here. That's really amazing.
Yeah.
Mr. Ali is here. So, we got a few things to go over today. A few exciting things. 200,000 subscribers. Pumped about that.
Woohoo.
Yes.
High fives.
Lots of hard work. Lots of you all watching and liking and subscribing and all those fun things, and Patreoning, which is super amazing. And we're going to announce a new sponsor for this year. It is a sponsor we did not have last year. And so we're going to check that out in a minute or two.
Yeah, and we are very excited about it.
Yes.
We're super pumped, by the way.
Like, really, really. I tried this product last year, and it was been on my mind since. And so I actually started talking to this company in May of last year. So it's been a while. It's been a long time coming. Mm-hmm. See, what do we got for comments? Burlington, Ontario. How's it going, Rudy? Just up there before Christmas.
Oh, you're in Canmore before Christmas. It's nice. Beautiful here in the wintertime.
Yeah. That was one of the things, like moving to Canmore, we're a lot closer to we're right in the mountains for riding in the summer, but also in the wintertime, it's a totally different kind of winter than it was in Edmonton, you know, from what I find. Like winter here, is just, there's so much to do. It's always beautiful. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come back to race in Texas with Josh.
I should do that. That was fun. But also really terrifying. Texas is one of the sketchiest places I've ever ridden, as far as like having to ride fast down something. Like if you're just cruising, whatever, but it's all just rocks like that big that get under your tires. So you're just doing this the whole time.
Sounds like my own personal nightmare.
Yeah, Bentonville. Camp Eagle, that's right. Yeah, Camp Eagle was rad. I guess that's probably the next one coming up, hey? Mm-hmm.
Mohammed, you might want to just calm down with the comments. I don't want to have to put you in a timeout here.
All right.
A few too many lulls. We don't laugh that much here.
Yeah, true. I got a list. I have a list of things I want to try and cover. But I think once we have some people rolling in, how many? We got about 140 people in here. Has everybody hit the like button? The thumbs up. That's one big thing that apparently really helps spread out the live stream thing across YouTube. Give it a thumbs up. And even if you haven't said hi yet, go say hi in the comments. Let us know where you're from. I'd love to hear from you guys. I should be working. I should be working too. I mean, I guess we are technically working, but
be working. We are working.
It's Thursday, and I went and filmed for Sunday's video on Tuesday, and I haven't started editing it yet, which is that's a little scary. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ski biking again this weekend too.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna ski bike. I'm gonna ski.
Yeah.
Kids are skiing. One skis and one snowboards. So we like to just make it complicated for ourselves. Everybody's doing something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toronto, Germany, Calgary. Calgary.
Casey's getting really good on the ski bike though.
Yeah, Casey, our 11-year-old.
Super into it. So
yeah, which is scary.
Really, really wants to take it down kicking horse, but we're just a little bit nervous because he's still pretty little.
Yeah, and I told him like he's he's a skinny little dude, and these it takes more muscle to like ride a ski bike.
You have to muscle it around
on an actual mountain. Like he's riding it on the toboggan hill, which is it's a mountain toboggan hill, so it's pretty legit. But still, like
there's also nobody else on there really. So.
Yeah. So I told him like I'll tell you what, if you work out every second day for a whole month, then I'll let you go on the ski bike. I'll let you try the ski bike at Kicking Horse at a real mountain. So him and Tom have been doing a full workout routine that they put together themselves that includes like burpees and push-ups, like 3
crunches.
Different types of push-ups, crunches, jumping jacks.
They're using the weights. Yeah, they're pumped.
They're going for it. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, some more Albertans. Sweet.
Any issues with any hills allowing ski bikes?
Most do.
There's a few that don't. So you just kind of have to check ahead of time and make sure that they do. I think around here, the only one that doesn't is Norquay, but you can ride them at Lake Louise and Sunshine and
lots of them. Most places.
And, yeah.
Oh, Mo and Hannah are here. How's it going, guys? It's midnight there in Thailand. Well, thanks for popping in.
Midnight. Oh,
yeah,
man.
It does look cold out there. Actually, it's not too bad. It's -9 right now, which is freaking balmy compared to what it was last week. Phil, we're going to be talking to you about a new sponsor. Actually, why don't we just get into it?
Right into it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Why
you
not?
just like to jump the gun here?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I just want to talk about it.
We're excited.
Where are you guys buying your ski bikes? It's a place out of so they're Tangent ski bikes.
Yeah.
TNGNT.
Yeah.
And so if you just Google that, you can buy them from the website. But we're getting it from a guy in Calgary. But
Yeah.
they actually sent us those bikes.
What is I don't want to say the name wrong.
Piste ski bikes.
Piste ski bikes hooked us up. And they're working with Tangent to get us ski bikes this year. So
Yeah, which was sweet.
Which was awesome. So
if you haven't watched a ski bike video, please go watch it. I don't know if I've put more work into a video in the last couple years. It was so many hours.
So much work.
Like it was a good 10 hours a day for a couple of weeks there, just like getting it all together. So yeah. All right. We've got a little sponsored product here I'm going to share with you guys. Actually, before I show you, who else is here? Oh, Josh is here. How's it going? Stoked to hear about your 2020 sponsors. Yeah, us too. Thanks, man. Nice seeing you here. So before I show you the new sponsor, who can guess what sponsor and like what product it is? Is it a frame? Is it a this? Is it a that? Is it?
I mean, you said product a few times.
Yeah. But that product can be anything.
But it could be a frame.
To me, a product is anything. What do you guys think?
Someone just asked if you can see Insta360 footage. We don't have any MTB footage. If you want to go check some out, you can watch the ski bike video.
Yeah.
We're going to be working on getting MTB footage.
Focus.
As soon as possible. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
That's the 360 module. Yeah. I really, really want to do more with that camera. Oh, let's see. Someone says frame. Mediocre Mountain Biker says drivetrain. Josh Saunders says bike frame. Geometron. Those are cool. Tires are sealant. Wheel set, one up. There's a pretty solid lag here.
Is it a heater? It's a heater? Oh, I wish. That's hard.
It should be.
It should be.
Well, we do have a space heater right behind us, though. It's cold down here.
Is it the one linked in the description? I don't even know what's linked in the description, so...
I wouldn't worry about that, Paul. You just shut your mouth.
You're such a jerk, Paul.
All right.
Just kidding, Paul.
I will show you guys. Are you ready? Here we go. This is going to be... I wish we had like a music button that we can press because it's super anticlimactic when you just...
Do this. Dun, 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 dun.
Rolling through the frame. Whoa.
What is it?
All right. It's a wheel sponsorship. And which wheel is it? You actually can't tell from this right there. This is a company that I went to when I was in Whistler opening weekend. They were demoing wheels. And it was a cool setup because they would take your bike and set up their wheels on your bike. And set up the same pressures you had. Set up everything else. And send you down Whistler, which is like the perfect testing grounds for any kind of wheel set. And that company is, see if I can get it right.
Yeah, you could see it when you turned it sideways.
Zip. There we go. Zip Wheels. Is that backwards? That might be backwards.
Ooh.
But if not, hold on. I'm going to make it focus. It's going to focus. There it is. Zip Wheels. And this is a Zip 3.0 Moto. And so when I went and tested these wheels, this is one of the few times in my life where, and I can maybe count on one hand how many times that a company went and said, this is going to be kind of a revolutionary thing and you're going to feel a major difference and it's going to be good. And this is one of the few times that actually was the case. I put it on the bike and I went smashing down some rock gardens and stuff like that. And it kind of felt like, I had an inch more travel on the bike. And yet, like when we were smashing through rock gardens and stuff, but when I would turn and things, it still felt like nice and snappy. So that's a pretty weird combo. I've never felt that before. And like you can see here, I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna go in close, and look at the. It keeps wanting to focus on our faces. Look at the pattern on it. The layup is really, really different than anything I have seen before, and it's also really, really thin. You can see it's not built like any other wheel. There's no box section to it. So it's a pretty different thing. And I've really, really liked it. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about those wheels?
You guys tried? Did anyone else try them in Whistler?
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thanks, Paul. Phil Rossetti, Zip Flexi wheels. Well, they flex in certain ways, but not in all ways, and they seem to be pretty awesome from what I can tell. So I've had 2 rides on them actually, and now Beth has never had any rides on them, so I'm really pumped for her to check them out. But yeah, they're super compliant and they're really nice on the hands, so I'm pumped for that. I know, like, if you're like a heavier rider, like a 250-pound rider who just loves to like rip berms in Whistler, you'll probably feel more flex than a regular wheel, but I don't think I'm going to notice a difference in that way. I'm about 185 pounds. Yeah, Eye on a Bike. Didn't know Zip made mountain bike wheels. This is their first mountain bike product they came out with. And it's called 30 Moto because 30 means the 30 millimeter internal width, which is a really nice general width.
Nice width.
And the Moto thing is kind of like Moto inspired. Like with there's no box section, there's no hollowed out section in the rim. It's all just like one. It's just one piece, I guess. There's no extra pieces in there. Like there's no hollow pieces. And also, this is something really, really cool because last year, one of the main things that I found, it was the first year that I've ever felt this, where I've actually felt real differences with PSI. One or two, well, maybe not 1 PSI, but like 2 PSI either way. I was actually starting to feel the difference in the riding, especially over like roots and rocks and stuff. When they were wet, I could really tell the difference. And so I started paying a lot more attention to my PSI last year. And I bought a little digital gauge for that and everything. But it's kind of annoying keeping track of that, especially with where we live. We have such big temperature fluctuations. The PSI would change pretty much all the time. Mm-hmm. And so this I'm also really pumped about. Let's see. We're going back in. We're going in. There's Beth's face. And here is Tire Whiz. So you can see it's even blinking because I moved it, so it's activated. But this is Tire Whiz. It's a special Tire Whiz that fits just on these Zip wheels, so it's a lot smaller than a regular one. Oh, look at that.
You have no pressure right now.
I just love this camera. Look at this. Oh, could do that all day. Anyways, that little sender unit there, it was blinking red like that, blinking slowly, which I believe is going to tell me just at a glance that I have too little pressure. Obviously, there's 0 pressure in there right now. And then if it blinks fast red, that's too much pressure. But also I can look on my phone and see exact pressures.
Link it up.
And you can hook it up to your Garmin device, which I usually use on my bike, and it will show me real time. So like if you were racing or something, or just in the middle of a ride and you didn't want to stop, and like, you know, sometimes when you feel like, oh, I feel like my back tire is low or something like that, but you're not sure.
Or for me, it's always too inflated because you always overinflate my back
Right,
tires.
yeah. But you can see immediately and be like, oh no, my back tire's fine. Like it's not losing any air. It was just like I just felt that for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So pumped about that. And that's a set of 29er wheels right there. And we've got another set of 29er wheels. And we're also getting in a set of 27.5 wheels. Mm-hmm. For the bikes that we're going to be on. But we can't say yet.
Don't give any more hints.
Yeah, it's true. So I can tell you that this year we have four companies that are like G to G, good to go for sponsoring, and like, oh man, I can't wait to tell you guys all about them. And another 4 companies that are like 90% good to go. And if everything comes together, it's going to be really cool. We're going to have the most support ever for like as far as putting together really awesome bikes, but then also being actually able to go out and do higher production videos or just the kind of videos that we really want to do. So it's looking like it's going to be a pretty fun year. We got lots of cool stuff coming up. Next sponsor. Can't tell all of them.
Does the Tire Whiz offset the balance of the wheel? Doesn't the I don't know.
I wouldn't in a mountain bike like if you're a roadie, I'm sure if you're going like 50 kilometers an hour, maybe you would feel it. And I don't know if they do like a counterweight or something, but these ones are really tiny too, and they're quite light. Like it's just light plastic.
Go ahead and
back in again. Like it's not I mean, it looks big right now because it's super close on camera, but in the grand scheme of the whole wheel, it's not very big, and so I can't see it actually ever being noticeable. That's yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
Ever being noticeable in a mountain bike situation. But yeah, like Sam Hill, or not Sam Hill. Nate Hills rides them, and he's been like smashing them for I think probably a couple of seasons now. Yeah, at least a couple of seasons. Yeah, there's lots of really good riders that hit things a lot harder than I do riding them. So yeah, it should be fun. All right. Yeah, let us know what you guys think about those. Just looking through the comments.
What about the frame?
Am I caught up?
Can't tell.
Yeah.
Look at the bouquet.
Yeah.
No. I think you're caught up.
Sweet. Yeah, let's see. Lifted Adventures. I've come down from 250 to 220. Hey, that's awesome, man. Oh yeah, Hardtail Party. That's right. He had really good things to say about the Zip wheels as well, and I think he just got a set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet. So, what do you? I was gonna ask you guys, as far as this coming year, what would you guys want to see from the channel most? I find we do a lot of. I mean, we do so many different types of videos, whether that's just like straight trail POV videos or kind of like how would you call that? Sort of like location highlights, like when we went down to Montana and we did a highlight at the bike park down there. Whitefish.
Yeah.
There's like the ski bike video. It's a little bit more produced. I don't know. What would you guys want to see? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments what you enjoy most about the content that we make for this year. We've got a lot of really cool plans for what's that?
Oh, I'm just laughing. Sorry. Came to hear the sponsor announcement to hear you can't tell them. But we did tell you one, Zip Wheels, and we'll give you more as soon as we can. But we just can't give you any more today.
Yes.
But
we're waiting for some things to come in.
Yeah.
And when we have them in, you will know about it. And if you're a Patreon member, you'll know about it first. Hey, speaking of which, so Beth is wearing a Loam Ranger shirt. It's like a V-neck long sleeve. And so with our Patreon subscribers, we have this one level called the Merch Club. And the Merch Club, they every couple of months we send out a new piece of merch. And so sometimes it's like a mug and stickers, and sometimes this time it was a t-shirt. And so Beth ordered a long sleeve. I'm
always cold.
Yeah. I ordered a short sleeve, and actually if you saw it on our Instagram stories, you would have seen this already. But it looks just like a black t-shirt with Loam Ranger logo, but it's actually made of like this really high-tech material. So it just looks like a regular t-shirt, but it's like really stretchy, and it like breathes like a really good quality jersey. So that's pretty sick. And we're thinking about actually just putting them out for sale, because we've had really good feedback on them, and the Patreon Merch Club members should be all getting them in their mailboxes anytime now. But yeah, let me know if you guys would want a shirt like that. We've never really pushed merch very hard, but this year, I mean, like, I love our logo. I didn't design it, so I can say that. I love our logo, and I think other people like it too. And like, I don't know, if you can put it on a shirt, why not put it on a shirt?
Show more Alberta trails. That is something we would love to do, and that was a huge goal with moving to Canmore, was to be able to show more Alberta stuff. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, there are some really gnarly trails around here. Some of them I can't show, but some of them I can. And we're definitely going to go and hit some of that stuff.
Reviews on products you're using would be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And the products we use, it changes all the time, though. I'm never satisfied with anything. Like we just invested in this camera, which is a Fuji X-T3. It's a really great camera. It shoots awesome 4K. And but I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I think we were talking about it the other day. It just doesn't work in the same way that I work. And so I think I'm gonna be selling this. It is brand new though, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna lose some cash on that. But Fuji X-T3 with a 16-80 lens. So the camera that we're using right now, that's the EOS R from Canon, and that's my kind of camera. I think we're going to stick with that, even though it's way bigger. It's a bigger camera.
You've made a decision?
I think so, yeah.
He's been waffling for weeks since he bought the camera. So that should tell you something, really, that since you bought the camera, you've never been satisfied.
Yeah.
So
it's true. And like on Tuesday, when I was in this indoor bike park trying to do this ridiculous move, the two times when I got closest, only the GoPro was recording, even though this was supposed to be recording. But it had a full battery, but shooting 4K 60 just like sucks it down to nothing like immediately. And then it just stopped recording, and I didn't know. And I did like it pretty decently, and then I didn't catch it. So that was a bummer. I cannot have that.
It's just garbage. I mean, I think we should keep the OSR because I already know how to use it, and I don't like learning new things.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we've got some comments in for like suggestions for what we should do. Garage product review. Hey, we're working on it actually.
Hey.
I enjoy it when you show some progression sessions and skills, jumps, etc., riding new spots and nailing a feature. Yes, that's another big one. I really love doing that myself.
Yeah.
You guys know this channel has never been about us being like good mountain bikers. We're like mountain bikers who are learning, and so we try and make it so that
we're always trying to progress.
Other people can hopefully learn from that too. So we always have people better than us showing us how to do it, right? Mm-hmm. That's definitely one thing I want to do more of this year. Definitely. Ryan says, let's hit up Canmore on the fatties tomorrow. He means fat bikes, just so you know.
Does he?
Well, maybe not, actually. I don't know. I don't know the context. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I need to get out for a ride, but I'm also not editing Sunday's video yet, so we'll see. Let's see.
I loved your mountain biking BC videos last year. Are you going to be coming back through the Kootenay this year?
We are always going to be in the Kootenays and in BC. I mean, like especially now. Yeah, like Kicking Horse and Golden is an hour and a half away from us now, and Invermere is an hour and a half away. Like it's just so good. I'm so pumped with how close we are now.
Yeah. Will you go to Denmark sometime? Denmark would be amazing.
Good question.
It's pretty far for us to travel, so maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
Phil asked, do you have a suspension sponsor lined up? You'll see. You'll see. Good for more POV stuff. Oh, Let's Go Ride Bikes. How's it going, man? You have some pretty rad stuff close to home. It'd be good to see some more POV stuff in and around Canmore, Kananaskis. That is definitely happening. Biking race. I'm hoping, so I'm on the list for the EWS 100 Whistler again, and I'm going to get back there and go for a little redemption, so I'm pumped about that. See how it goes.
I'm hoping to do another race, but it will not be the EWS 100.
What do you want to do?
I still don't know. I got to figure it out. I mean, I have time, but not a lot of time.
No.
I'm open to suggestions.
Kev says, "Hey there, I just found you a few days ago. Sweet, man. Sweet. Thanks for hanging out in the live stream a little bit. Appreciate it." Norway is cooler than Denmark since Denmark is so flat in the terrain. Well, I mean, I have heard that about Denmark a little bit, that it's pretty flat, but I've never been there, so I don't know. But no plans to go there at the moment anyways.
Either or.
Mark says, an exotic mountain bike destination. Your trip to Madeira inspired us to go there. It was amazing. Yeah, Madeira was amazing. What did you think about like grip levels? Because when we were there, the grip, it was like... It was almost no grip. It was the weirdest thing. Like there was a lot of dew around, and maybe it was the time of year.
Well, but, it was raining like buckets right before we got there.
That's true, yeah.
And then raining off and on while we were there. But
we could barely keep the tires on the ground. It was crazy.
It was intense. Yeah. You should do the Moose Duro next year, says the mountain biking channel.
Yeah, that would be rad.
Moose Duro is like crazy amount of climbing, is it not?
It can be. Sometimes.
I mean, I want to do an enduro, but I just don't want to climb too much.
Yeah. You should try Quebec. Yep. I would love to try Quebec. Quebec is on the very top of the list for places I'd love to go and ride for sure. I really wanted to go this year, but Mont Saint Anne was directly over top of another trip that we were doing. I think it was for...
No, it was directly over top when we were moving to Canada.
Oh, yeah, when we were moving. I'm like, yeah, there was a very, very good reason for me not to go to Mont Saint Anne, which sucked.
Yeah, you were pretty disappointed about that.
Yeah, for sure.
It would have been amazing to go.
Yeah. Nice. Well, what does anybody else have planned for this year? Is there any other trips that anybody's going on? Should we go to Sea Otter?
Oh, we are hosting a family-friendly enduro in Penticton this August. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
With the kids.
That would be cool. Penticton.
The kids would love to do a race. I mean...
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
I don't know how family-friendly it is, but I'm assuming. My 8-year-old can do it.
Yeah. 9-year-old.
9-year-old.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sweet. Got my list. I'm checking out my list. Crispy Chicken says, hey man, I love watching your videos so much. I'm watching them in school right now. Keep up the awesome work. Oh, yeah, you bet. Illinois is calling.
Phil Rossetti says Madeira has literally 0 grip. So he's with us.
It's crazy. Oh, Zip Wheels is actually calling us right now. I should be picking that up, but I'm not going to pick that up. Yeah, and so for those of you who missed it, we're announcing Zip Wheel partnership as they're leaving a voicemail on our phone right now. Where is it? Zip Wheels. And one thing I really like is that, so back before I started the channel, I was a big fan of like the big loud hubs. And I thought it sounded super awesome. And I had Hadley hubs before, which are amazing and super loud and just the craziest noise ever. And like getting off at Whistler, I would get comments from the lifties saying, which hub is that? And those guys hear loud hubs all day long. They were ridiculous. But since starting the channel, not having that insane noise right next to a microphone has become a really good thing. And so I went to Onyx hubs for the last half of this year. And the silence was good. I really enjoyed that. But the performance I wasn't 100% on. And so I was looking to get back into a hub that more of a traditional style and also one that wasn't too loud at the same time. And so these ones from Zip, I'm pumped to say that it seems like it's not too loud, it's not too quiet, especially once you put the wheel on it and the sealant and the cassette and all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be dampened even more. So yeah, I think that's going to be a nice volume for riding this year and for not being super loud on camera, which I'm happy about.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trail Features says, I think someone said Austin, Texas has fun enduro races.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Heard that too.
Well, Trail Features, I guess you need to get down there and do one because I have before.
Ooh. You should come to Sea Otter, Canada in Blue Mountain, Ontario.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be fun to do. It's one of those things like Canada is so big.
It's so expensive for us to go to Ontario.
It's the same price to go to Ontario as it is to go to like
go somewhere in the States.
To go somewhere in like southern states.
Or sometimes Europe.
And sometimes like Paris is the same price as flying to like Ontario. It's crazy because Canada is freaking enormous, very wide. Yeah. Oh, and somebody asked before, are we going to be selling our poles? The bikes that we've had the last couple of years. Yes, we are. We're probably not going to be selling the fat bikes because our new sponsor doesn't make fat bikes. There's a hint. And but other than that, yeah. Everything's going up for sale. It's a fire sale. So we're going to have the Pole Stamina 180 is going to be up for sale, and your Evo Link. And I've got a medium Evo Link frame. That's the red and black, the Loam Ranger edition. That was the prototype for it. So it's actually white lettering, but we have black stickers over it just to see how it would look before we went into production. And then we also have a large unused Loam Ranger Evo Link frame. And so we've got all kinds of stuff that we're going to be selling in probably next week. We'll start putting them up for sale. So look out for that.
Someone asked if we're coming to Sedona this year.
I hope so.
Maybe.
It's looking like we might be in Flagstaff at some point, which is close enough.
Yes.
But we don't know. And possibly the Phoenix area too. So.
And we don't have any European trips planned at this time.
Not at this time.
At this moment.
Nope. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a big hint for who our bike sponsor is. I'll give you a big hint. It's not going to tell him. It's not going to tell him.
You will.
But I'll just say this. It's a bird. There's a hint for the new bike. That's all I'll say. That can mean a lot of things.
You know what's more exhausting than racing an enduro? Running around all day with 30 pounds of camera gear to film them. Says Trail Features.
Probably.
That is pretty exhausting.
Actually, hey, trail filters. Trail filters. I gotta little thing for you to show you. I just got a new bag.
Hi, Edmonton, by the way. Yeah, again, TV.
I just got this one. It is a CP26L, and it's the big bag that I'll be using when I want to bring a ton of gear on me. And it's the first one that's actually comfortable and actually like decent to wear while I'm riding.
Look at this waist strap. This is like the meatiest waist strap ever.
Like I have a couple of camera backpacks, and they're smaller and they're supposed to be better form fitting or whatever. But even though this one's bigger, it's actually more comfortable and better to ride with. So I'm pumped about that. And we just got this one too, which I think Paul got this one as well. I don't know if Paul's still in here or not. But this is like this is a fanny pack. I mean a waist pack, a hip pack, not a fanny pack. That's made for cameras. So you can fit your mirrorless camera into there and a lens or two or a microphone and have it on your hip instead of on your back, which is pretty cool.
And pockets for snacks, most importantly.
Yes, most importantly. So I'm going to be trying that out. Basically, this year we have said, okay, we are going to not, like we sold our little compact camera that we shot most things trailside with, and we are committed to bringing a bigger camera in a way that doesn't screw everything up every time we want to go ride. That's the tricky part.
I mean, the tricky part is that whatever we bring with us, we have to also ride down with. And so we don't want it to impede our riding. But we still want to keep the production value high for you guys. So we're trying to figure out packs and different ways to carry our good cameras without killing ourselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I kind of drifted off.
Let's see. There. Wow, lots of pivot guesses. A whole lot of pivot. Pivot Phoenix. It's funny that nobody said Pivot Firebird yet, because I would think that that would be the most obvious one. I'm like, it's a bird. But yeah, you are right. People are putting it together. They do make a fat bike, and I already said the sponsor does not make a fat bike. So there you go. Yeah, not Pivot.
Trail Feature says maybe you should review that hip pack.
Maybe I should.
Maybe.
I feel
do people want to see camera gear reviews?
I like doing camera reviews that actually make sense for the viewership, which I think is more like action cameras. But correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong on it.
Maybe you're totally wrong.
But doing the action camera review stuff, like for the Insta cover my face so it'll focus on this. There it is. Insta 360, 1R kind of thing. Yeah, This is a pretty interesting camera. I definitely want to use it more. Their 1-inch sensor mod, which we don't have yet, that is the thing that I'm truly excited about. I heard there might be some overheating problems though. But yeah, so this is that's it, right? Oh, look at that. Oh, I can't get enough. This what? Not her face, just the camera. There it is. Insta360
One of those faces.
There's a little screen on the back. It's cool because you could flip the screen around to have the screen on the front. So if you're being Mr. Vloggy Vlogger, it works really well. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not 100% convinced, but at least with the 360 mode thing, make sure you go watch the ski bike video for like this sort of helicopter view, drone view, I guess you would call it. But it's just a big stick sticking off my back. I think that looks really rad, and I really want to try it on like steep terrain because I think that's where it's going to look the best. So I'm going to try that.
Well, so far from what we've seen, it really shows it well. You can actually see the grade and see like the trees sticking up, standing up.
Yeah. Kev says, where are you recording at the moment? We're just in our house in Canmore, which is in Alberta, Canada. So if you were to, this is going to be backwards. So this is the west, okay? West side, even though it's opposite from me. I'll make it right for you. Here's the ocean, Pacific Ocean. Here's BC. And then right next to BC is Alberta. And we're like right on the line between BC and Alberta.
Still in Alberta, but we're on the border.
Yeah, right on the border. It takes us about, I don't know, half an hour to get into BC.
No, but that's okay.
More?
More like an hour and a half.
More like an hour and a half. Well, like an hour.
You have to be almost to Golden before you're getting into BC. You're pretty close to Golden.
Yeah.
Maybe we should map it. It'll be like an hour and 15.
Yeah. Let's see. Jared saying, well, he rode a Mach 6 in Sedona and he loved it. Actually, I rode not a Mach 6, a Switchblade. And that was good for Sedona. It was a little bit of a steep head tube angle for my liking, but it was a nice light bike for sure, which I needed because every mile in Sedona feels like 5 miles. It just destroys you as far as the climbing goes, but it's so much fun. Santa Cruz has a bird on it. Does it really? I didn't even noticed. Interesting. YT bikes? I don't know.
How's the MTB scene in Alberta around Calgary or Edmonton?
You know, it's crazy.
So there's like really good, like fun riding in Edmonton, but it's very like punchy, up and down. It's like kind of cross country. It's cross country, I guess.
It is like really technical. It's very technical cross country.
Yeah, you're always climbing routes and but yeah, and then in Calgary, they have like a little bit of a river valley, but I think you mostly have to go outside of Calgary towards like Bright Creek area.
You have to go west.
Or like,
but the actual scene, here's the thing though, the mountain biking scene in Edmonton and Calgary, I'll just speak for Edmonton, is unbelievable. Do you know that I heard a stat the other day, and it could be wrong, but I've heard it a couple of times.
But actually. I've heard this. So.
I've heard this thing that Edmonton and Calgary are the 2 highest sellers for mountain bikes in North America. As far as like per capita mountain bike sales. And maybe that's because everybody needs at least 2 bikes here because it's snowy for half the year. So maybe that's why everybody has to buy 2.
Summer bike and your winter bike and maybe a downhill bike. So, and some of our friends have even more than that. So.
Yeah. Whereas if you live in a place that doesn't really snow that much, you can get away with 1 bike all year.
Yeah.
But I definitely can't.
No.
That would be nice.
We would like to, but
yeah, so anyways, the scene is amazing. There are thousands and thousands of mountain bikers, even in just like Facebook groups for like Edmonton mountain biking. Every single single shop does group rides, and they always sell out.
There's probably like 4 or 5 shop group rides.
Yeah.
Like, and when we were living in Edmonton, I was a little bit late in the game, and I wanted to try and join a women's mountain bike group. And every single group, like shop group ride, they were all totally full and sold out. Yeah. So
the scene is amazing. The trails are crazy punchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they never really set us. I mean, it's an excuse that I've had before, is that the terrain there doesn't set me up well for the kind of training that I would need for when we go film videos in other places. Because in Edmonton, it's always just like all the time, just up and down, up and down. Whereas when you go to pretty much anywhere else that's like a major riding destination, you're pedaling up for like 45 minutes to an hour and then straight down.
You're basically going up a mountain and then down the mountain.
Yeah, and so it's a very different thing for your body to just be doing that for an extended period of time compared to just like punchiness all the time. So now here in Canmore, we're at a decently high elevation, and it kills us. Every time we go on a lunch ride, our whole lunch ride is like 7 kilometers. It's not even that long.
Yesterday I did like 5.5 kilometers and I almost died. Which sounds climbing, so incredibly lame, but in my defense, I haven't been riding at all lately.
Yeah, and like around here in Canmore, we have the highest. Here's another stat for you.
So many stats.
So many stats. Wow. You might want to check into these. Again, 2 people have told me this here in Canmore. Canmore, Alberta has the highest per capita number of Olympians in Canada. There's so many Olympians that train here. There's a lot of like cross-country ski and also lots of rock climbers. So Canmore has a very high level of base fitness. There are so many like pro athletes that live here and train here. And then obviously they're groups of friends. They're all going out and doing stuff together. And so that's raising the bar, that fitness bar. I mean, if you're going out cycling with an Olympian, it's going to be pushing you, right? And so I feel like the whole town is just, the level that everybody's at is just way, way, way up there. And so you have no choice. And I've heard this kind of the same in Squamish too. You have no choice but to just be hauling arse if you're going to go on a group ride or something like that. So being here, even if we're like slacking off and not riding that much, our fitness is way better than it was. Our base fitness is way better than it was in Edmonton, which I'm pretty pumped about.
Just from breathing in this higher elevation.
Just from breathing, yeah.
We're just banking on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Edmonton rides just like Toronto. You're basically up and down through the valleys. Yeah, that's hard work too, though. It's not. There's nothing. I don't think biking's always hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And fun, but hard.
Hey, if anybody hasn't clicked the thumbs up button, if you wouldn't mind doing that, that's a big help. Just helps push the video out to everybody. Appreciate it. And if you haven't said hi yet, say hi. I'd love to see everybody in there. Bike Som says, love your channel. GoPro question. If I'm stoked on my Hero 7 and chin mount, is it worth going to Hero 8? Or shall I just wait it out a year to see what they do with the 9 sensor tech? Wait it out. The 7 is fantastic. The 8 is good too. They've made some improvements on things. But again, you're right. It's the same sensor. It's just little tweaks. And especially for chin mount, you're not going to notice a real difference with it. Any kind of a difference that would make you want to spend the money. I mean, go for it. I mean, it is a better camera in most ways, not always, especially with the whole like non-replaceable lens thing. That's pretty dumb. But other than that, it's really good. And I've just been using the 8 since I've gotten it. So, but the 7 is fantastic. Just use that until later on this year when they come up with a 9 with hopefully a new sensor. Maybe a bigger sensor. That would be...
We'll still be using our 7 as well, though, as one of our cameras.
Yeah, except it was glitching out with the ski bike video.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Glitching out hard on the ski bike video, so that sucked. Let's see. I've never been to Georgia in the U.S. Great small mountain bike called Blankets Creek. I enjoy it. Nice. There are some firmware issues with the Hero 8 that are a pain in the butt right now. You won't get much better stabilization with chin going to the 8. Yep, for sure, trail features. Agreed. Let's see.
Hi to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, nice. Edmonton sounds like riding in Dubai. All right. Massachusetts, sweet. Borlund, I may not have said that right. Why are you splitting with Pole? Well, basically we wanted to, it's been 2 years with Pole, and typically it is a pretty common thing for like every 2 years to be changing up contract. But for us, we did want to move on for this year. There's a whole bunch of different reasons for that, but we're not going to go into it. But yeah, we just, we wanted to try this other bike and a different way of doing things. And we're really, really pumped on it. And I think you guys will be too. Yeah, the plans that we have for these new bikes, they're pretty sweet. I can't wait for this year. What we're going to be doing going into like Whistler and stuff, it's going to be pretty rad.
Yeah.
Hey, another person from Canmore. Gnomes United.
Oh.
How's it going?
Our gimbal's really dead. Well, ours tend to die. So
I have
often
1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 gimbals here. One of them works most of the time.
Personally, I just prefer the full face with the chin mount because you don't have to worry about it at all. But I mean, the look of it, yeah.
Totally.
Look of a gimbal is great, like how it looks as well. It's different, but
I still 100% prefer mechanical stabilization over digital stabilization. 100% every day of the week, because it's just digital stabilization can never be as sharp. It never has the ability to be as sharp as mechanical stabilization, because with a Hero 4 Black on a 3-axis gimbal, it's just the camera. It's just sitting there recording, and the gimbal is doing all the work to keep that steady. Whereas with digital, the camera and the lens and the sensor, it is all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just that software processing that's keeping it trying to look a little bit more smooth.
Yeah.
But it's not smooth. It's like polishing a turd. And they're GoPro and like Insta360, they're pro turd polishers. Like it looks pretty awesome.
It's come a long way.
For sure.
It's really good.
But it will never be as good. So like a Hero 8 or hopefully a Hero 9 with a new sensor on a 3-axis gimbal, it'd be amazing because it has more dynamic range and all that kind of stuff than the 4. That's all I want.
That's all I want. But
That's all I want.
Gimbals have to not crap out. So
right. That whole
it's
thing.
also hard. We're always riding. Well, not always. Actually, often we're riding in like rainy, wet conditions. That's not uncommon for us. So it's hard to keep these things alive.
So for me, this is a really good answer to that. This is that single axis gimbal. Zoom in. Put it in front of your face so it doesn't focus on your face. That's the Noir Matter. You guys have probably seen that on the channel before. It's a really nice little solid unit. I'm just going to turn it this way a bit so it's not on your face. It works really good. But I have found that its ideal situation is for situations where you're not doing a lot of pedaling on camera. because when you're pedaling, your body's going like this, and then the camera's doing that, and this does not account for that side to side, which is normally a good thing. Like when you go into a berm, there's no lag time. Like it's just like straight into it, while at the same time keeping your camera level all the time. So for bike parks, or if you're just filming going downhill and not pedaling that much, or sprinting or whatever, I think this is probably the best bet. And you can put the 8 on that, and away you go. Beautiful setup. So for bike parks, and especially when it's raining and stuff, an 8 on this or a 7 on this is freaking amazing. It's really, really good. But only if you have the right chest plate. And I don't know where that is. But yeah, there's this big there's this big Camelback one that we're using now, and it's basically a sternum protector that has a GoPro mount on it. That is the only one stable enough to make this stable enough on the up and down, like that vertical kind of axis. Let's see what else. Personally, gimbals aren't dead, but very few people can get away with nothing but POV video these days. Actually, it's absolutely true. BKXC makes sense because he's touring the trails. Yeah, for sure. Brian, his whole story, it just makes sense for that kind of POV sort of thing. But even he's adding in more and more video in there. Even guys like Nate Hills, it used to be just like you press the button and it's straight into POV, but now there's some B-roll setting up the scenes. I think people are looking for more of that now, and a little bit more storytelling. And I think, all the creators are really like rising to that level. It's been really cool to see, especially in the last year. Like this last year I've seen so much progression in the storytelling from everybody. It's been awesome. I love checking out all the YouTubers' videos. Will you guys try the new Insta360 cam? Yes. There it is. Focus. Focus.
Put our faces.
Yes. Go watch our last video. It's a ski biking video, and you can see a bunch of footage from it. Go check it out.
You both are breathtaking.
Oh, Diz.
Thanks, Diz.
Thanks. Shout out from New Zealand.
Why do Americans always say works well? Well, we're not Americans, so I don't know if we can answer that question.
Well, we're North American. We live in Canada, not in the USA. Americans say that Canada is the United States hat, but I think the United States is Canada's trousers. That's what I think.
I thought you were going to go to a worse place with that.
Nope. So Let's Go Ride Bikes is my 2-year-old Jun Rider M is still going, but I don't do near as much filming as you guys. Yeah, for sure. Some people have been using one gimbal for like 2-3 years now. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I've never been that lucky.
It's more like 2 or 3 rides for ours.
Yeah, 2 or 3 rides and ours is dead.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Ever going to try a black trail on a road bike?
Probably not.
No plans. No plans.
No plans for this.
Oh yeah, Daniel Winter. Yes. The wheel reveal. Zip wheels. Really pumped to be on these. Absolutely cannot wait. And they look really good too. I really like how they look. We got 2 different sets. One has like zooming in we go. Away from Beth's face so it doesn't focus on her face. Oh, now it's on my face. Oh, this is awful. Oh, where are we? Yeah, so it's just black. And then I just got chrome on there with the zip thing. And you can get what's called a speed line. And Beth ordered ones with a red speed line to go with what else is going to be going on her bike. Getting out of the way so it'll look. Speed line. RS red. Because Zip is actually a SRAM company. So they work together on all their color coding and all that stuff, which is nice. Yeah. Let me know if you have any other questions about the wheels.
Have you started fat biking yet in Canmore? Some really nice trails here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we went from trying to trail bike on the snow, and then I put plus tires on my bike, which is super fun. But now there's a lot of snow, and so we've been on our fat bikes.
On our fat bikes, yeah.
Yeah, which is a good time.
What collaborations do you have planned for this year?
Collaborations. Well, we have a massive new amazing, I'm sorry to do this, but we have this really amazing thing that we can't talk about yet, but it's just gonna
like,
be.
What are you talking about?
It's gonna be really cool.
I'm gonna be surprised. I can't wait to find out what this
is. It's gonna be the one and only thing of this thing in the world at the moment. How vague is that?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
so
I'm being so vague that Beth can't even understand what I'm talking about.
But we do
It's gonna be really cool.
We are planning to do some travel in February and collect some MTV content.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing some collaborations there. I mean, anytime we go anywhere, it has to be based on the support of other people in the area to show us around, sometimes to give us a couch to sleep on, all that kind of stuff. And got our first super chat. Ride Beside. Thanks, man. Coffee cheers. Ting. Ting. See, the last video on the ski bike was rad, especially when you hit the mountain bike downhill run. Yeah, that was sweet. That was fun. And that's coming from a dedicated skier when it's snowing. Nice.
Ibis for life.
Ibis for life.
So are you going to try ski biking, or are you just too dedicated to the skiing?
It's definitely worth a try. It's pretty amazing. I had a really good time on those things. And in fact, we're going again on Saturday. So I'm gonna be back on it. You're on regular skis. I'm gonna be back on the ski bike, and it should be good. Tim from Wales. I went away. Are you still here? I'm still here. Tim, are you still here? Are you still in Wales? Moon riding. I don't know about moon riding.
Moon riding? What? What is that?
Will the new bike build be SRAM or Shimano? I don't know. I'll have to see. Aeronime. How thick are them? How thick are them zip wheels? Not very thick. Well, they're 30 mil wide, but as far as like the thickness, they're really thin and pliable. Good stuff. Can't wait.
So we don't actually know where we're going yet in February. We're still working on the details.
Well, so the thing is that the plan is, so I don't like flying with bikes, and all the gear it's not a great thing. Things get lost, things get delayed. I've had horrible experiences with flying with bikes before. Pretty much everybody who I've collaborated with on flight trips knows that I end up sleeping on their couch for an extra day or two because somehow my flights always get canceled. Trail features, better than most. So I want to do a road trip in February, and if the weather works out normally, if we have normal weather, whatever that is anymore nowadays, I don't even know if there is a normal anymore, but if it's regular weather, we're going to go out to Squamish, and we're going to go to the Sunshine Coast, to Coast Gravity Park. But they got a lot of snow there the other day, so I think it's raining now, so it should be starting to get rid of it.
It's like washing away the snow.
That's the plan. But if the weather really sucks mid-February on the west coast of Canada, then we're going to fly somewhere in the States. It's going to be either like Arizona or California. Yeah. Because those are the cheapest flights, and also where really good riding is. So, yeah.
And not snow.
Hopefully, anyways. But it does tend to follow me around everywhere we go.
Yeah, I'm not going with you. Someone asked about, do you need special tires for the zip wheels?
Nope. Just regular mountain bike tires. I haven't tried it yet, but they're supposed to seat up really well, like super easily with tires as well, so you shouldn't need a CO2 or a compressor or anything like that to get them up. But I don't think there's any specifics for running that. Did I miss the sponsors bit? Yeah, we announced Zip Wheels partnership for this year, which we're really pumped about. Let me know if you have any questions about it. Our 26 are still cool. I'm 43, so I don't want to change. Great channel, guys. I think whatever you like riding is still cool forever. Yeah. They're just 26-inch wheels. It's just really hard to find. It's starting to be really hard to find products for it now. I don't know many companies that still make 26-inch anything. Yeah. But ride what you got, man, because that's just being out on the trail. That's what it's all about. Bike Som says, Sea Otter for you guys? I don't know. We don't have any plans. We might be filming something else in mid-April. We're not 100% sure yet, so we can't make Sea Otter plans, but I hope so. If you're coming to Flagstaff, you'll definitely see snow. Well, if we are going to Flagstaff, it's probably going to be in June. So I think we're safe there. Do you mostly ride tubeless? Yeah, absolutely. Just tubeless. Well, not in the fat bikes, but I should convert those too. But yeah, tubeless is the way to go nowadays, man. The science is settled. Tubeless is the way to go. Like I just don't even have to think about the wheels or touch them. Just make sure they're the right PSI and away you go. All last year, I never ran a tire insert. And so it was just first half of the year was Maxxis tires, second half of the year was Michelin tires. And all of last year I had one puncture, and that was because I knew that my PSI was way too low, and we were riding in just outside of Bentonville, and basically you're taking off on rocks and landing onto rocks.
Yeah.
And I cased a rock landing, and I had a little snake bite in the side, so that was totally my fault. But that was it, and it was super easy to fix.
Flats.
No, we just had like the 1-up plug tool, so I just
a little bacon strip in there,
a little bacon strip, and then it was all good. Tubeless is the way to go, and I guarantee if I was running tubes, I would have had a lot more issues than I did. What do we got? Dylan M. Still riding pole bikes? I'm just going to add bikes at the end of that so it sounds less awkward. No, we're not. Not for this year. We have signed a new bike sponsor, and the new frames are on the way, so we should be able to let you guys know what's up soon. Yeah, really soon. And so we're selling all the bikes that we have now. So if you wanted to buy any of them, let us know. We're going to we'll put up for sale posts on Pink Bike sooner than later. Sedona Mountain Bike Festival. No plans at the moment. I would really love to. I think that's in March, early March, I think. That'd be amazing, but no plans right now.
Clips or flats? Flats.
Clips. Yeah, flats for me, clips for her. And specifically for me, those big Pedaling Innovations Catalyst pedals. Those are really awesome. I was thinking of changing to clips before last year. And I ended up trying, one of my friends let me have a set of theirs that they just won from Catalyst pedals. And they were amazing. My feet stuck to the pedals almost like clipless pedals. It was quite something. They didn't want to move or slide off or get bounced off, which was the biggest reason I was thinking of going to clips, was my feet bouncing off over really rough, fast stuff. So it kind of solved all that. And then like huge runs down Whistler, I would get like calf cramps, like when we're talking like top of the world, down to the bottom kind of thing. And that totally solved it as well. So yeah, I'm all about those Catalyst pedals. They're sweet. They look kind of goofy, but I really like them.
And I'm all about clips because I just like to have my feet planted and know that they're not going flying anywhere. That they're just going to stay. It doesn't matter what I go over. They're stuck to the pedals.
Yeah.
That's why I ride clips.
That's one nice thing, like with clips, as soon as you put your feet in, it's in the right place, and you know it's in the right place. With flats, you would think I would have this to muscle memory by now, but it's still, I always take a couple little
and I can't stand doing that. I like to have my feet just like set in my pedals. Yeah. And it gives me a lot more confidence. But it does suck when you don't get your foot clipped in and you're about to go into something. Something spicy and you can't get your foot in. But
it's true. Bike Som says, 1-up bar, do you have any tips for where the bar roll should be? There's a bunch of numbers on the bars, and changing the bar roll up or down seems to drastically change the riding characteristics. Yes, it does. And the nice thing is that it actually tells you exactly where you need to put it on the bar. So all those numbers that you see, those are actually head angle numbers. And so if you know the head angle of your bike, then you just line up that head angle number. And I think there's a line, I can't remember where you line it up, but I'm pretty sure there's a line somewhere on the stem or something like that, or where you got to position it. Just look at the instructions. But you actually just line it up to that number, and that will be the exact right roll figure. At least that's what 1-up suggests for that number anyways. You can move it to wherever you want, but it's supposed to be easier to set up that way. Because you're like, oh, my head angle is 64 degrees. So you just roll it to the number 64, and good to go. It's pretty smart.
Hello in Germany.
Germany!
Philip S. When eating eggs in the morning, should one consume waffles or bread with them?
What? Downhill dummy. When eating eggs in the morning. Well, you know what? We haven't eaten eggs in probably like 8 years.
No.
So I have no idea.
We eat plant-based, so...
Yeah, it's not exactly one of those things we like shout from the rooftops all over the place. But yeah, we haven't eaten any animal products in like, 8 or so years now. So with our tofu scramble, we do love a nice slice of toast with it.
Yeah. Avocado toast.
Oh, yeah.
The best.
Yeah,
Get
with
some
a little
sriracha on there.
Sriracha on there. Yes.
I like how we do the exact same motion.
Woo. Yeah.
Do you just ride, or do you guys follow a training plan in the off season?
I'd like to say yes, we do follow a training plan, and we have a training plan, but we do not follow it.
We loosely follow.
This is how it goes.
Basically,
we're about a month out from our next riding trip, and so now we're both like, "Oh crap, we need to work out."
But typically, what we try and do is we just try and get in enough rides throughout the week, and we ride our fat bikes.
Yeah.
So we just kind of say like, okay, we should try and do 3 or 4 rides during the week to get ourselves ready for our next trip, or keep ourselves in some semblance of shape.
Yeah.
So
Phil asks, kind of off topic, but I hope you don't mind me asking, how old are you guys? You seem super young to have an 11 and a 9-year-old. I'm 20, and I feel like you guys are putting pressure on me.
We are. With so much pressure.
Yeah. So I am 17, and Beth is 14. And there's your answer. Actually, no, I am 35. Mm-hmm. And you're what?
32.
32.
So
yeah.
We did have our kids pretty young though, still.
Yeah.
Even at our age. So.
It's true.
Yeah.
1 foot in the grave over here.
Yes, sriracha, represent. Of course. How do you know if someone's vegetarian? Let me guess. They'll tell you.
Somebody asked. Well, I guess they didn't technically. Damn it. See what else.
How long have you been riding for? Ryan, you've been riding since you were like
14.
14?
So 21 years.
21 years. I've always ridden bikes since I was a young child, but I didn't start mountain biking until what?
I don't know. Whenever we met, like 13 years ago.
You dragged me out mountain biking on our honeymoon, and that was intense, and I almost died in Whistler.
Yeah.
I had like
tears were flowing.
3 or 4 OTBs.
Yeah.
And then didn't pick up a mountain bike again until 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago.
5 years, probably, yeah.
5 years ago. So I would say I've been riding for about 5 years. Long story short, back to me. What's your hobby?
This is it.
This is our hobby.
I kind of just combined it all.
We started off as photographers, and eventually, I mean, you were super into biking, and then I started biking, and we just kind of decided to start trying to make biking videos. Yeah. But
I just started wanting to put out fun videos on YouTube, so I did that, and now we're here. Ta-da! That's the whole channel right there. That's the story, start to finish.
Story of our lives.
Let's put out fun videos.
I also like to cook though, and bake.
Yeah, true.
I kind of have another hobby. Essential to living.
Yegan 2B says, so going from meat to plant-based foods, what were some of the changes you found feeling-wise? At first I felt like garbage, because I feel like whatever your stomach's used to, that's just it's what it's used to. And if you change it up, no stomach likes that. So at first I was like, oh, I feel terrible. And then like, I don't know, a week later, I felt really good. I don't know.
You kind of like lost like 30 pounds, like
I was 210 pounds and I went down to
about 180 pounds.
To 180
really
pounds. Yeah. And then I just kind of stayed there. I'm like 185 now. So there was that. So I felt great about that because that's about where I should be. But yeah, I don't know, been feeling great. It's been almost a decade. No regrets. It's been good.
I mean, we're hungry all the time. I don't even know how we're still alive.
Let's see. Even though you guys are changing bike companies, will we be trying any new brands or testing any bikes on the channel? Only the bikes from the bike company who we're with. So that's one of the things, like when you sign a sponsorship thing with a bike company, one of those things is that you can't ride other brands, which makes sense. Like they're supporting the channel in exchange for like, hey, do all the things you want to do, just do them on our bikes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which is why it's super important to us to make sure that all of our sponsors are companies that we actually appreciate their products and want to use their products. So when we say like we're super excited about Zip wheels, like we're not messing around.
Because we actually are
excited about Zip wheels.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't tried them, but
I'm
has,
excited
and
enough for the both
them.
of us. Yeah, but I'm always excited enough for the both of us.
It's true. I mean, I'm pretty angry enough for the both of us.
Yeah. Calgary Dynastar. Hey, you know what? Calgary Dynastar has been here with this channel since the very beginning. I remember him posting comments on our very, very first videos. So, like, cheers for being here for the last 2.5 years now. That's pretty rad.
Sweet.
That's awesome. What's the new bike sponsor? They want to know. I can't tell you guys yet. They're in the mail. And when they get here, we're going to build one up, and it's going to be awesome. And we're going to ride it and tell you all about it. Got some secret bikes coming up this year. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait to tell you guys. I wish I could right now, but we actually can't. And yes, we are not with Pull Bikes anymore.
Would you consider giving a training camp in Canmore in between trips so we can upgrade our skills with you? That would be awesome.
I can give you a camera training camp in Canmore.
Neither of us consider ourselves skilled enough to...
Yeah,
I mean, when we're trying to learn new skills, we go to people that are better than us.
Yeah. I feel like as far as like beginner skills, I feel like I can show someone a few things, but the thing is that like when people go to get certified with coaching, they not only do they learn the skills, I mean, I would hope that they would kind of know the skills already if they're doing that, but they also learn how to convey,
how to teach them,
how to teach those skills. And there's very specific ways to do that are actually effective. And sometimes, and if you don't do them right, it's not effective for the person you're trying to teach.
Yes.
Which is why so many people end up having like super bad habits from like their friend who's like, yeah, you got to do it this way and do it like this.
Or you have to ride clipless.
Or just whatever, right? Like, yeah. So we're not going to be coaching people anytime soon. Not in any kind of official capacity.
An official way.
No. But this year I want to be coached by more people. Mm-hmm. I think number one on my list for wanting to go and like learn from. I
mean,
it's probably Jeff
Kendall Weed.
Jeff Kendall Weed. I just want to learn how to corner like that guy. I feel like I made really big steps with cornering this year, but I just want to corner like Jeff. So I'm really hoping that when we're on the West Coast, we can link up and do a cornering video. Yeah, let's see. 70 minutes. What did I miss? A whole lot of BSing. We announced that we were partners with Zip Wheels. Zip Wheels, right there. Whoops, sorry, camera. Just hit the camera. And yeah, really pumped about that. And we're going to be announcing more sponsors soon. As soon as we get all the stuff in and everything's all set and ready to go, then we're going to be announcing to everybody.
Sorry.
What's that?
I just laugh. I shouldn't read. Well, no, not that I shouldn't read the comments, but someone just asked 70 minutes. Well, Mr. Tonka said, "What did I miss?" And then Wade Robbins just said, "Mr. Tonka, nothing. They're vegetarians, is what I get." So I'm really glad that you really got a lot out of this live stream.
Wade Robbins says, "Congrats on 200K. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you to everybody for subscribing. That's massive." Jeff can manual through a corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell is that
insane.
About? That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I gave a couple of hints for who our bike sponsor... Actually, I gave two hints for what our bike sponsor will be. One, they don't make a fat bike yet. I don't know. Maybe they will. And two, it's a bird. That could be a specific bike model. It could be a bike company name. That's what we got for you for right now. What time is it here right now? It is 10:44 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
I just want to say when you hit AOTK, that was insane. Mad props, says YAG MTB.
Thanks. Yeah, Ass Over Tea Kettle is a trail in Edmonton. I did a video on it. I just needed to hit that drop before going to Whistler because I really needed to hit Fade to Black. Man, my brain is a little foggy today.
Got you.
And Fade to Black, the biggest thing that I was scared about at the time, which ended up not being the biggest deal when we were there, was a road gap that always stopped me in my tracks, and I couldn't get past that. And so I needed to get this drop in Edmonton, which was which was scarier than the road gap in Whistler. So I got that done, went to Whistler, and then got to the step up, step down thing, and that was freaking terrifying.
That was the hardest part.
But we got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of people are saying pivot again. Some people are saying ibis. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else? Any tips about fixing GoPro footage? I can't set image to flat. So, and you said GoPro Hero 7 Silver. Unfortunately, the Hero 7 Silver doesn't have ProTune. So you have to go with GoPro color on that one. I don't know if you can turn down the contrast any other way. It might be worth looking into it. But yeah, only the black. I'm pretty sure only the black has ProTune, which allows you to do like the flat color profile.
Thoughts on COP, says Otis Mooney. We have never ridden at, well, I haven't ridden at COP. Have you ridden at
COP is Calgary Olympic Park. It's in Calgary. It's where they did the Olympics in the 80s, and they've since changed it into, I mean, it's still a training center, but there's also a summer downhill bike park. And I've never been there because we've lived in Edmonton for years, and we've always it's been on the way to the mountains. And so we've always just driven through Calgary straight west of the mountains. So I've never actually stopped there before. But I think we probably will this year. I don't see why not. It's so much closer now.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Phil says, I wrote this before, but you probably missed it. Are you guys not concerned that the new bikes will feel weird now that you've gotten used to the extreme geometry of the pole bikes? Well, how do you know the new geometry isn't similar? Because I'll tell you one thing. I've had the same thoughts, and I don't think I would go with a company that has more traditional geometry, because I think that would be really scary. Truly. Like if all of a sudden we had like 67-degree head tube angles and 450 mil reach, I would just go over the bars on the first corner that I would hit.
450 mil reach would be good for me, actually.
Well, that's what she had on a size small with the last bikes. So the new
that's
bikes.
Why I'm laughing.
So the new bikes, we are not straying too far from those numbers. So, and actually, over the last year, I really like the stretched out Geo. I think it is where things should go, at least for me anyways. That's my own personal preference. But to have a little bit shorter reach and a little bit shorter chainstays, I feel like would really make the bike a perfect all-rounder. I feel like the bike with those extreme numbers in it, like for going really fast, which is my favorite style of riding, just like pin it kind of stuff, it's the most stable you can get, obviously. But when you're in Squamish and you're going slow down a rock slab and you're already facing downwards, and all of a sudden you've got to yank up on the front of the bike to and let go of the brakes to get down a drop and try and land flat, all of a sudden those super long chainstays and the long reach, it becomes almost impossible to get that front end up. So just shorten it. And I'm talking like a little, just like a little on both ends, then it would be like
perfection.
Perfect. So I'm pretty pumped about our new bikes because it's what we have.
You're pretty excited.
I'm pretty excited. Yeah.
Another question. Would you rather corner like Jeff or jump like Jeff? That's a good question.
I would say corner, because what I've found, especially in the area where Jeff lives, which is Pacific Northwest, when I was there riding, I found that unless you have your cornering speed down, you're never going to have the speed to clear the jumps. And that's the same for a lot of different situations. If you can hold speed through corners, that sets you up for everything else on the trail. And it becomes much easier to link up jumps and learn the jumps and all that kind of stuff. So I would go cornering. Jared. Oh, thanks for the super chat, man. Cheers.
Yeah.
I'm all out of coffee, but empty coffee cheers. Ting. Thanks for that, man.
$5 says it's Ibis.
$5 says it's Ibis.
You sound pretty certain.
Ibis or Revel, somebody says. I agree, Ibis. Someone says, Revel for life! Interesting. Well, we'll have to see. Ibis is a bird. Yep. Ibis is a bird, right?
For all the Brits in here, Ibis is a stork. Says, too old for two wheels.
Oh, there you go. It's not Bird or Starling. Oh, yeah, there is a bike company called Bird. So I could have been really, really just very plain on that. It's a bird. I just told everybody. That'd be pretty funny. That would be really funny. A Yeti is a bird, right? A very furry bird. Still can't believe how many views your Blue Velvet Whistler video has. Yeah, it's just one of those things. People started clicking it, and it's a cool thing because it reached outside of the mountain bike community to the general community out there, and it just kind of became one of those like extreme sport videos, even though it's just me cruising down a blue trail. To everybody else watching that doesn't know mountain biking, that was like, it blew some minds for sure. And especially because, I mean, I put out that video over 2 years ago, and it had the stabilized GoPro footage, and that was pretty fresh then. So yeah, people really liked that. That was cool.
I really enjoy reading the comments still on that video because so many people are just like, how does he do it?
Yeah.
How does he stay
Most
on
people
his
can't
bike?
believe that we can, that I don't fly off the corners.
Yeah, how does he stay on the bike and how does he not go off the corners?
Yeah.
Like those are the...
But they are called, like, it's berms, you know? Like the berms got you. I try and like tell people it's like NASCAR, you know, like they banked corners. Well, you guys know. I don't have to tell you guys.
How high can you jump with a bunny hop? Oof.
That depends. I find if I'm in a trail situation, I could jump okay. If I'm in like I have to
lot?
jump over a thing that I'm concentrating on, and that's all there is, I find I'm much worse at bunny hopping. Like it's got to be in a situation that I have to get over something.
It is something both of us said we need to work on this year.
Yeah.
What do you find makes a more attractive thumbnail?
I don't know anymore.
I know.
I feel like I used to know. So one thing, sorry, you're going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say we're always working on the formula and trying to figure out what that is actually.
Yeah. It's such a tough thing, and YouTube is, it's a tricky mistress, let me tell you. It's a harsh mistress, I'll say.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like for the ski bike video, for example, we just put hours and hours and hours and hours of work into something, and that doesn't matter. As far as getting people to click in, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters to actually get people to watch all that work, the hard work you put into something, is to have that thumbnail and title dialed. That makes people want to click in, and that's rough. That's a tough thing for us because we're not experts at thumbnails, and sometimes when I think this is going to be amazing, we totally get it wrong, and it like absolutely tanks on something. Like last year around this time, I put out a video where I created a winter shred machine bike, and we put a ton of work into that video, and I was so pumped for it. And we put it out. Nobody watched it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It has one of the lowest views of the year, and yet that was one of the videos where we put some of the most work into. So it is a tough thing for sure. But with that Blue Velvet video, and then with another video that we put out that went semi-viral, like 2 million views or something like that, I noticed that every single time I had wood in the thumbnail, like some kind of wood feature, it would get a lot more clicks. And so I started sharing that throughout the mountain bike community, and that became a thing. And everyone's like, holy smokes, every time I have wood in the thumbnail, way more people click. And so you'll see a lot of thumbnails now always have woodwork in them for that reason. I don't know. It's just something about the wood in the thumbnail that makes people click in. It looks more sketchy, I guess, right?
And by that, he means a wooden feature.
A wooden feature. Yes, let's be specific on that one. Yeah. Is Beth going to be making more videos this year?
Hopefully. Yes, I'm planning to make more videos.
Yep. Well, I think the biggest thing that we're doing now is that we're just...
Yeah, what we've been talking about is working together on more videos.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we always work together on the videos, but
yeah,
lots of times it's presented as like...
This is Ryan's
there's
video,
me, and then
or this
there's
is Beth's video, but we're going to try and present more videos together.
Yep.
Nobody likes a hangnail. What?
Yeah, Trail Feature says, once you figure out what works in YouTube, the trends change. Absolutely.
Oh, good call.
Yeah. Lots of comments. I'm trying to catch up.
Are you going to talk about camera stuff? I guess we kind of did.
Yeah. Well, I know you got to go in a couple of minutes.
I do.
So we should probably start shutting this down. But somebody asked, where was that? Downhill Jake, what is your bit? Uh-oh. Hold on. Camera just shut down for a second. We're all good. What is your bit rate for exporting videos? If you go watch our GoPro series. It's like a 2-part series. Especially in the second part, I actually go into that and what bitrate I do. But I crank up the bitrate like crazy. Like it's usually like 80 megabits per second or higher, typically. The more the merrier, basically. Like if you have the computer to export it and the space on your hard drive and the upload speed to get it up there, then why not? Like just export it as high a bitrate as possible.
If Red Bull gives you wings, then Red Bull plus bikes equals birds. So Red Bull is a new sponsor.
Whoa.
Proven by science.
Whoa.
I like that equation.
Wouldn't that be weird if like Red Bull? I don't know how I'd feel about that. That'd be kind of strange. And my kids would be walking around just like chugging Red Bull and stuff and twitching, and I don't know if I would like that very much.
Kids are already twitching. What difference does it make?
Yeah, it's true. Sweet. Well,
nice.
I think I covered anything. Does anybody have any other questions for us? We don't do live streams very often. So if anybody has any questions about anything, whether it's bike stuff, whether it's camera stuff, or editing, or life stuff.
Or diet, or...
Yeah, apparently everyone wants to talk about that. I don't. Let us know right now. And we can talk about it.
Insta360 or GoPro 8.
Insta360 1R, GoPro 8, those are two very different cameras. And so far, I haven't really been able to test the actual action camera module of it. But hopefully... focus. It's not going to focus. But hopefully I can do that soon. And then when they send out the wide angle, like 1-inch sensor add-on, that's one that I'm actually really excited about. So we're going to check that out. And I hope it's a good thing. That'd be sweet. Is your wardrobe primarily black? Yes. Both of us. It gets obnoxious sometimes, but we both show up and we're just wearing black everything.
And...
David Hughes says, awesome news on the new wheel sponsor. Is the new frame sponsor providing the whole family bikes or just Beth and you?
Don't give any more. No more. Sorry, we can't give any more hints today.
All right, no more hints today.
No more hints today.
Sorry, David.
What happened to our canary? He turned into a budgie. PD is upstairs because he gets pretty loud and obnoxious when we're downstairs talking.
Whenever we talk at a computer,
he's like, me, 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 me.
Yeah, he gets really chatty, so...
Maybe next time he'll come and say hi.
Yeah.
What was someone asked us about something.
Any tips on prolonging battery life on the GoPro?
Yeah, battery life.
Keeping it at a room temperature or reasonable temperature.
Reasonable temperature.
Like if you're outside in the cold, keep it in your coat until you have to use it. And also, so typically when you're running a GoPro, you want to have it on the, I can't remember what it's called, like the quick start setting or whatever it is. So when you press the on, I'm just going to use this one, but you press the record button and it fires up the camera, starts recording. And when you're done, you hit it again and it stops recording and shuts down the camera. That is exactly what you should be using during the summer months when it's like normal temperature outside. But in the winter, switch it so that it stays on. So like, the camera's on, and then you hit record, it starts recording. You hit record again, it stops recording, but the camera stays on. And just for this mere part about it just keeps the battery in the camera a little bit warmer, and so it'll last way, way longer out in the cold. That's my tip. And I'm also pumped. Like this camera, I want it to work out really well because it has a big battery module add-on. I'm going in. Go, right there. So you can actually just unclip this battery, and they have this huge gray one that you can clip onto the bottom. And that would be amazing. And I think it would last just all day. You wouldn't even have to worry about it. So I want to get one of those.
Are you both secret goths?
No. You should see our playlist. We're definitely not.
Have you lost any passion for the sport since the creation of your channel?
No.
No. We're just like,
Nope. Nope. It's a lot of hard work, and it can be like super stressful at times with getting stuff done. Mm-hmm. And now that we've made it like the only way that we're able to like put food on the table and stuff, it's definitely added another level of like, oh crap, we've got to make this work.
Yeah. Like someone asked if it's stressful being full time, and like, yeah. Of course it is at times. Like when you're
Well, like things happen, like crazy stuff happens all the time. Like January, for example, in YouTube, like we might do twice the number of views as usual, but we'll get paid half as much in January, for example, like because all the ad budgets have already been spent at the end of December for Christmas, and so all the companies that would normally be advertising, they're not paying for the advertisements anymore, and it's like a auction based system. So we're making half what we normally would this month. So you have to plan for those things. Sometimes sponsors take a super long time, like getting back to you with like sponsor payments and stuff. And so, yeah, there's like a good level of stress with things, and even just trying to just produce videos that we know you guys will really, really like and watch and recommend and all that kind of stuff. That's all, like for all of the YouTubers out there, that's everyone's number one job. Like, just think about that. There are like all of these people working and working and working just to make videos that you guys will want to watch and really, really enjoy. That's all everybody does every single day. That's the whole purpose of all of this.
Yeah.
So that's all we're trying to do. And so when we put out a video that we were really proud of, but then people don't watch it, whether it's because we didn't do a good job on the thumbnail, that can be stressful for sure. And like just kind of like disheartening, like, oh man, I was really hoping people would watch that one.
I thought that was good.
But it's all part of it. And like sometimes a video will just spike all of a sudden, and it totally changes everything about that video, and like you're super happy about it all of a sudden. So it's a roller coaster ride, but we wouldn't want it any other way. And our Patreon supporters, like seriously, knowing that we have that income coming in every single month, and it's not like a huge dollar amount or anything, but just having that is super amazing. Yeah, it's like we know that we can pay these basic bills every single month so that we can spend our time making videos instead of looking for jobs. You know?
Thanks, patrons.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without you guys.
Yep, seriously.
Yeah.
NPNK in punk, maybe. Just tuned in. What's the sponsor reveal? Zip Wheels. Show them one more time before we take off. Zip Wheels. I'm going to zoom in to get that logo in there. Cover Beth's face so it doesn't focus on there. There you go. Zip 30 Moto Wheels.
Oh.
I tried them out last year and they were incredible, and I've started bothering them in May, and they are a sponsor for this year.
Woo.
Really pumped. Yep.
Yeah. One more thing on the, are we still passionate about mountain biking? I think one of the biggest things for us is just to get out and go on bike rides where we're not creating content.
Totally. Has
been huge for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Canmore has definitely helped with that. Because before it was always like, you know, you can go for your punchy XC rides in Edmonton, but it's not the same. Whereas now we can go for a lunch ride and it's amazing and we love it. And yeah, it's just, going on fun rides is definitely super important. Yeah. All right. Cheers, Phil.
Someone asked if we're going to Plaid Goat this year. We are planning to be there.
Planning to. Who knows what'll happen?
Not 100%, but it's in the plans. And, oh man, there's a lot of questions now. What do you think about AXC drivetrains, e-posts, and other wireless bike parts? And should the industry go in that direction? Axis bike. Should the industry go in that direction?
I don't know. As long as it's reliable, I think Axis is rad. Like considering, like, well, for us, so our fat bikes, they don't have dropper posts on them. But I was thinking the other day how nice it would be to have Axis, and I could just like literally just like pop it off my trail bike and put it in the fat bike and transfer like the little controller over, and then it's done.
Amazing.
That'd be amazing. And then you don't have to buy like separate products for the different bikes and stuff. Like I am all about buying as little as possible. Like I just want one setup that's going to work. And so if you could transfer those things over so easily to something else, that would be incredible. Even if you were like going to like rent a bike or something, if you really wanted to, you could just bring your seat post and your seat with you and just like right on in there and keep going. Do you still use a gimbal? When we have to, but not lately. Scotty Shreds with a $5 super chat. Cheers, man. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
My cup is empty still. I need more coffee, but cheers. Love you guys. Keep shredding and sending in 2019. Well, I think all the shredding's done for 2019, but we definitely will for 2020. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for the awesome channel. Great live stream. Looking forward to all the future content. Cheers, Downhill Dummy.
Looking forward to 2020. Keep up the great work.
I think
I think it's time to wrap it up.
I think so. Thank you so much, everybody. Ooh, good hour and a half stream. Thanks for tuning in. If you missed it, Zip Wheel sponsors. There are wheels, or Zip Wheels are sponsors for this year. The 30 Moto wheels. We're going to be building up the new bikes right away. They're in the mail, apparently, and we're going to start doing some pretty sweet build videos for that and some introduction videos for the company. So make sure you tune in. If you haven't seen the ski bike video, the last video we just put out, please go and watch it. I had a really great time making it and spent a lot of time on it too. So please go watch that one. I think you'll enjoy it. And we'll see you guys hopefully on Sunday with a new video.
Cheers.
Bye.